Hey guys, I'm back with another review. What we are going to look at is a pixel art combat game with a very special mechanics. You most probably haven't experienced something like it before. So set your expectations high for the mechanics in this one. Sure, it has its own cons and pros, but apparently unlike all sorts of mediocre games made to milk your wallets, this one is made with passion. As usual, it's me, Duke, and today we are going to take a look at Greedventory. With tons of jokes and piles of text, devs created this game with their own obvious creativity. So without further ado, let's find if it worth your time and money or not. As a comedy game, you will have a fun story here. Your uncle is growing mad of a brotherhood whose leader used to save the world and become the hero. But now this brotherhood is lost for the power and do not respect the adventurers' freedom such as your uncle. As his nephew, he will give you 2 legendary assets he got on his adventures to begin your own adventure and put an end to this brotherhood. The story here is very simple. It neither has many details nor complex connections or relations. However, it gets the job done. But it's up. You will have to read a ton of text with lots of joke and fun expressions, especially the ones coming from the imp was really good. It literally made me laugh various times. Having these in mind, I would rate it a 7 out of 10. Looking back at the sounds, it was really fun and creative in its own way. They had their voice actors to make random sounds and noise to use them on all characters. The best one is when an object is far away from you and your imp literally farts at you, saying "too far away." For the graphics and pixel art, I must say I'm not really a pixel game fan, but it is obvious how well they have polished the game art here, and I believe it was good. I also took a look at the game's comments and found many people were loving it. So to give these two a score out of 10, I believe an 8 would nicely fit here. This game mechanics are different, but in all the right ways. This is where the devs' creativity hit the max level. They've kinda mixed the point and click RPG side-scroller and added a ton of action to it. When a fight begins, you won't be able to move anywhere, and all you have to do is to sharpen your focus and reflexes. Anything we do here costs stamina, so keep your eyes on it, or otherwise you will be wide open. Here's how the mechanics work. Left click fast attacks the enemy. If you hold it long enough to charge, it will do a heavier damage. Right click is for your shield. When an enemy tries to strike you, an orange circle appears on the screen. You will have to time it and use your shield on that point specifically to block the attacks, otherwise you'll be hit. After a few blocks, your enemy will be wide open. Using a charged attack will trigger massive damage, plus a cool animation if it dies. You will also be able to toss potions and some other stuff around using your shield, like these 2 potions, which are healing potions and damaging potions your enemies spawn for their own advantage, but you can turn the tides for your favor using your shield. Then comes the Clock of Disappearance. This allows us to be safe of any harm for a second in favor of exchanging a significant amount of stamina. And finally, their rings. Got 4 ring slots, and each ring you wear will add an effect to your attacks or deal damage straightly on their own. These will be usable with Q, W, E, R, also indicated on the top right corner of the screen. You can read their info by pointing over each of them. Aside from the combat system, you will have your looting system and gear system as well. You will find items from killing the enemies or searching random spots. Items will have their own durability, ranking such as common, rare, epic, legendary, and their own leveling, which I found really interesting. And of course, leveling up your items will increase their stats. As you take damage, the items you're wearing will start to lose their durability, and they will be destroyed once losing their durability completely. But the good news is, there will be a greedy chest asking you for a lot of money in return of making any of your selected items solid and permanent. Now here's another creative part it's worth pointing to. The item leveling system is very interesting. You attack, your weapon gains XP. You take damage, your chest gains XP. You walk, your shoes gain XP. These details are really impressive. You will find yourself walking and suddenly, poof, your shoe leveled up. In my opinion, the only down point is that you're going to get all these mechanics at the beginning, and nothing really changes throughout the game, except the boss fights perhaps. With all said, the mechanics are going to get a solid 9. In terms of game design, it is obvious they had a talented guy sitting there and have a good job done. They've paid attention to many things, even the small details, yet important ones, such as placing loot somewhere, which only the game players find, or having some small creatures stay in the corner of the screen waiting for you to kill them and drop gold for you. One of the cons which affected the gameplay a lot was the map. I hope they will improve it in the future, but it was really useless. I almost understood nothing of it. Another cool detail I found interesting, as the name implies, Greedventory, there will be greed for freedom, for power, for gold, for everything. That is also included in the hand of the seller, always there asking you for gold or item when you talk to him. This is a brilliant touch. Now about the bugs, thankfully I didn't face any of them, nor did I face any performance issues. But I want to talk about a down point in terms of experience which I had, and that is how linear this game goes on. Nothing really new adds to this game as you proceed. Sure, getting new rings with new effects is fun, or facing new bosses with new moves perhaps, but ultimately I had to do the same moves and use the same stuff to go through the game. To wrap up the overall experience, I will give it a 7. Those who are looking for a challenge and have a genuine love for pixel arts, this game is definitely a fitting one for them. Or perhaps you are someone who wants to spend some time on weekends and praise the creativity of the devs here, then this is for you. Go grab it and give it a shot. So with that said, I'm gonna wrap this up. Thank you guys as always. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more game reviews like this one. Comment me down below if you have any questions, I'll make sure to answer them all. Thanks for watching and I'll see you on the next one.